Well, according to filings from the Pentagon this week, the numbers are in, and Donald Trump's little military at the border stunt to stop the caravan ahead of the midterms has cost American taxpayers $210 million. In the days following the 2018 midterm election, Donald Trump did not say a word about the alleged migrant caravan headed towards our border. In fact, I think it was close to 2 weeks after the midterms when he finally started talking about it again. It's almost as if he forgot that it was a problem. And before the election, that was the most pressing problem ever that the United States had faced. Because according to the president and his administration, this was a caravan that was filled with criminals, was filled with MS-13 gang members, possibly even members of ISIS, they suggested. We didn't know it was just this caravan of criminals headed towards the border. Military had to go there. National Guard had to go there. Everybody had to be ready to stop this caravan, and then nothing. No word, no talking about it. Everybody realized it was 100% a political stunt. And it's a political stunt that actually likely saved Ted Cruz his job in the Senate because it did what it was supposed to do. Donald Trump did energize the Republican base. There were voters in Minnesota that were interviewed that said they were worried about the caravan making its way to Minnesota and buying up the lakefront property so that Minnesotans couldn't buy it anymore. That is literally what one woman said. Trust me, there is nobody coming from any part of the planet that says, you know what? Let's walk 8,000 miles and go to Minnesota. No offense, Minnesota, but there's better places. If you're going to walk 8,000 miles, 5,000 miles, you could probably pick a place a little bit warmer and nicer. Nonetheless, we know this was a political stunt by the president. It's a political stunt that paid off for him with the Senate votes, but it didn't stop him from losing 40 seats in the House of Representatives. But more importantly, it wasted our money. It wasted our time. It wasted our resources. It wasted our military and our National Guard. Because at the end of the day, a few hundred people showed up at the border, women, children, and we tear gassed them. And that's what happened. That's the end of that story so far. We are abusing human rights. And as I pointed out at the time, which is still true and people wanted to argue, but look up the Geneva Protocols and you'll see, firing tear gas at people, especially from our border into another country, is 100% a war crime, by the way. That is, by definition, that's a war crime. Tear gas not allowed in warfare, yet we used it to shoot from our border over into another country, and that is a war crime. So $210 million, a couple of war crimes committed by U.S. soldiers, and fearful Republicans taking back more seats in the U.S. Senate. Was it worth it? The average American would say absolutely hell no. But to Donald Trump, $210 million to energize his base was well worth it.